Hey everyone, this is Rabio's blog of Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Anime Corner session. Now, before I go on with this next anime cartoon, this next anime series I would like to talk about, if I sound a little funny to you all, it's probably because I had a cold over the weekend, so I was spending the whole weekend like trying to recover from my allergies. So, from my head cold. So if I sound a little funny to you throughout this video, that's pretty much the reasons that I'm still trying to get over this cold, so bear me here a bit, please. So today's anime we'll be discussing today is Case Closed, or also known as Detective Conan. And Case Closed actually started in 1994. The manga series started in 1994, and it premiered on Adult Swim in 2003. But it didn't stay on Adult Swim that long. It was canceled on Adult Swim about a year or two later due to low ratings. So for those of you who were watching Detective Conan when it first came on Adult Swim in 2003, yeah, that's why it hadn't come on Adult Swim or anywhere else for a while, because it got canceled on Adult Swim. But the rest of the series still continued to be made through the DVD series, so that's a good thing. And I believe this manga series is still running to this very day. But basically what Case Closed is all about is about this teenage boy named Jimmy, and I'm gonna go by the Americanized names instead of the Japanese names, because that's the version I grew up with, even though I would be glad to give out the Japanese names of these characters. But anyway, what happens in Case Closed is that there was a young teenage boy named Jimmy Kudo who's a great detective. And one day he ends up going on a roller coaster ride with his girlfriend Rachel, and when Jimmy discovers these two men that were like getting involved in some kind of secret a secret exchange or something like that, they end up hitting him over the head, knocking him out, and then they gave him excuse me, they gave him this potion that made his body go small, made or it turned him into a child. And now Jimmy's got to figure out a way to like find the two men who changed him into a child, while trying to go as a little boy named Conan. So now he calls himself Conan Edagara, and he now lives with Rachel and her father Richard. So in order to get to change back into normal, Jimmy's gotta have to masquerade as this little boy named Conan, while trying to find the two men who turned him to a boy in the first place, and then making Richard look good by having like knocking out Richard with this tranquilizer gun, this tranquilizer needle that knocks out Richard. And he's able to make Richard famous by talking into his little voice, this voice thing that like copies Richard's voice. And that's pretty much what Case Close is all about. Like it's about Jimmy Kudo trying to find a way to get back into his teenage body while he tries to find the two men who turned him into a child in the first place. So what did I think about Case Close? Like, I actually really enjoyed this series because it's like a detective series, and I always enjoyed detective series in general. So Case Closed did a really good job of explaining all the detective techniques going on here. Like, I like how Jimmy is able to like figure out all these cases by himself by looking at all these clues that's going on. And then he comes to these really awesome deductions that you wouldn't think would make a lot of sense in the real world or something like that. But he does a good job with checking everything at the crime scene, and then putting pieces of what he finds in the crime scene together. And this was a pretty interesting premise, especially like he uses Richard to actually try to figure out a way to get to the two men that changed him into a little boy. But it was a very interesting premise, because again, I love detective dramas, and I think Case Closed did a good job with showing the process of being detective, showing all the clues. And I liked all the cases that Richard, Conan, and Rachel all get involved in. They're like really interesting, and even though most of them are gruesome, this is like one of those shows that's kind of gory. That's pretty gory, especially with the cases that's going on. but still, it really sets the dark tone for this series. And again, the way that Jimmy tries to come to these conclusions by looking at all these clues that's happened at the crime scene was really interesting, and I love trying to figure out, you know, what happened to these people, how did they get killed, and what kind of clues the episode gives us to figure out, you know, who killed this person and how did he kill the person. So it's sort of like Scooby Doo, except it's like an anime format. It's a little more gruesome than Scooby Doo, but it's a very interesting series. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what would happen at the end of the series. Like, I heard this series is still running to this very day, so I don't know if they ever got to the end where Jimmy changes back into his normal teenage self, or if he ever tells Rachel, you know, who he really is. That would be interesting to see. So I can't wait to see the rest of this series if it they put it out on DVD, or they're still making it and they're trying to get it to the United States and everything. So I definitely can't wait to see what's going to happen with Jimmy and his friends after a few more years or so. But would I recommend this show? I highly recommend this show, especially if you're a huge fan of detective dramas in general, and if you love animes that's like smart and funny at the same time, Detective Conan or Case Closed is like the perfect anime that like mixes comedy and drama, horror all in one. So I would definitely check out this series. Well, that's my review on Case Closed or Detective Conan, and be sure to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated any new videos we post up, and also like our Facebook page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabia's blogger Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.